The CEO was shocked to discover the woman he secretly liked was actually his arranged wife whom he'd always resented. When the CEO dialed the number of the wife he'd never met, someone he'd been forced into a sudden arranged marriage with, he was stunned to hear his secretary's phone ringing. Unable to believe it, he called again. And this time, there was no denying it. The woman he'd secretly liked for a while now was his legal wife all along. The realization hit him hard. Guilt flooded in. He had hated that marriage from the start, an arrangement his grandmother had forced on him. He resented the idea so much that he'd gone missing on their wedding day, leaving the bride to face the cold ceremony alone. In his mind, his mysterious wife was just after the $45,000 dowry. What he didn't know was that she had only agreed to the marriage to pay for her grandmother's life-saving surgery. Right after the ceremony, she'd taken the money straight to the hospital. She didn't even get to stay and enjoy the wedding. Before she could even wait for the surgery to be done, her phone rang. The company manager called, saying the CEO would be making a surprise inspection. She rushed back to the office, only to stumble upon a scene on the street, a rich-looking man arguing with an old woman who was clearly trying to scam him. The girl immediately realized what was happening, filmed the evidence, and even helped the man get his money back. As she handed him the cash, she couldn't help but throw in a sarcastic jab about his lack of street smarts. Then she sprinted off toward the office, unaware that the clueless man she just rescued was actually her husband and the CEO. That day, the manager told the design team the CEO would be choosing someone for the company's next big project. The girl, still new and unnoticed, didn't expect to stand out. But as soon as the CEO walked in, she panicked. What if he recognized her? She nervously tried to hide her face, silently hoping he wouldn't connect the dots. But he did. He walked straight over and called out the name on her badge. She mumbled something about a breakout on her face and tried to keep her hand covering it. Without missing a beat, the CEO grabbed her wrist and pulled her hand away. To everyone's surprise, he chose her on the spot to lead the major project. Later, when she showed up in his office, nervous but eager, he coldly demanded 10 design drafts by the end of the day. If she couldn't deliver, she was fired. Her face turned pale, but she said nothing and got to work. Long after everyone else had clocked out, she was still burning the midnight oil. The CEO noticed the lights still on in her office and raised an eyebrow. His assistant had to remind him, "Sir, you're the one who gave her that ridiculous deadline." Then the assistant added something else. The girl was working multiple jobs to pay off over $45,000 in medical debt just to get her grandmother treated. The CEO froze. He thought of his own wife, the girl who had married him just for that same amount. In his mind, they were nothing alike. What he didn't realize was, they were the same person. The girl worked through the night. When her co-workers arrived the next morning, she was still at her desk, exhausted and grumbling about the impossible expectations of her boss. She didn't realize the CEO was standing right behind her. Flustered, she tried to play it off as a joke. Later, she walked into his office with her overnight designs. The CEO was floored by her talent. Impressed, he officially handed over the company's most high-profile project to her. But the department manager was livid.